Hey there, sexy souls. Good morning. All right, we are about to get started. I went ahead and pulled some cards ahead of time, but this is going to be the final remainder of the year, okay? This information needs to get out there. They also want me to do week ahead, and like, I was like, wow, okay. So I'm feeling compelled to get on the ball. So, let me give a disclaimer. Now, I've done 5 of these, and so it's up to you to determine which one is for you. So basically, you're the sovereign being over your life. You can determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. And you don't ever Cinderella shit to make it fit. Okay? All right. Welcome in. Let me go ahead and jump in. Earlier, they were giving me, before I ever started, I kept showing me this crystal in my mind's eye. And I was like, okay. Then they had me pull the Moon Magic Oracle deck. And the overall energy is the Dreamweaver. This is about the goal setting, the action taking, the taking control, or it's all about not sitting on your laurels and waiting for something to dump in your lap. It's about taking action towards your destiny. Okay? It's about making your dreams come true. All right? Over here, we got the Wolf Moon, which really talks about the goal setting and like the claiming of it, right? Like making it known and speaking life into this and articulating it, and it talks about that there's a need to move on, and that is kind of like you are setting the tone for everything, right? And that's really what that communication is all about, is articulating it, claiming it, speaking it into existence, making it known, no longer letting it be something on a back burner or behind the scenes. It is kind of like, and it's not just to hold yourself accountable either, you know? It's really about it is owning it. It is, this is what I desire, and it is owning that shit. And the Sabbat is about change. It is about things that are going to be happening because you're entering into a new season of life, right? Where the change is inevitable. Let me whip out the Sabbat really quick and make sure that I am not forgetting anything on. Okay, come on. Yeah, change, phases, seasons. It says something significant is changing or is about to change. And it's here to let you know that this is just a natural progression. Embrace the changes of your life as you would any kind of season. Enjoy each phase. And live each day to the fullest. So it's kind of like, now's the time. If you felt like you weren't able to live life how you desired and wanted, and something that reflected you, and that, like, now's the time to take that ownership of it, to claim it, to speak into existence, to set the boundaries, to let people know around you, you know, what your desires are during this change. It literally says become more of an alpha in your life. Take the lead, make suggestions, but be prepared to make yourself heard in some way. Because these changes are about you. This new season is about you, right? What was I going to say about that? Bring it back to me. Bring it back to me. So Supermoon is a little bit about fate. It's about having success, but a reminder that you have to be an active participant, okay? Because it's, again, not be handed to you on a silver platter. It doesn't mean it's going to be difficult or hard. It can still be easy, but it's the idea of mixed with the waxing crescent. Waxing crescent is like the success that gives you the motivation. Success lights the flame, but you have to do things to keep that flame going, right? To keep the fire going. It's not something that's like the eternal flame where it just burns without any type of effort. And so it's like, it's using it as fuel to propel yourself forward, right? It's about maintaining a steady progress towards your goals. but it reminds you there's a sense of fate and destiny. So this is reminding you that stepping into your destiny is a choice. It's one that you have to make, and you do that through the actions that you take. So the remainder of this year for you is all about taking action, determining which actions you can take right now, setting some goals for yourself, and articulating it and making yourself heard during this change process. It is about claiming and taking ownership. It is a reminder that you will have victory. And when I say it's kind of like, it's like a indication that you are on the right path, right? Let me see here. I do want to make sure I take now, there are going to be some synchronicities. And when certain things happen for you that are just easy, as if something was just smoothed out for you, it doesn't mean that you just get to sit back and relax. It doesn't mean that you don't take action. It doesn't mean that you are not an active participant. It doesn't mean everything is going to come so easily, right? Again, it is meant to be the fuel to push you through. It is meant to be used as that momentum, the motivation, the drive, right? So don't let, when it seems like things are just, when things serendipitously happen, it's like, oh, that the Spirit is going to do every step in this, in getting you to your destiny, right? And they're not even like acting like it's like some momentous thing. Like they're saying even small steps, right? Small steps will get you somewhere. Because it helps in the overall manifestation. So let's talk about what are some of the steps that they want you, that let's just get in depth about. One, the taking of the ownership and needing to be heard, like be prepared to be heard. You may be thrust into a position where it's like people are seeking your knowledge and asking things of you, and and so there may be a need, like I feel as if we're talking so much about action and being heard and speaking your truth and like making yourself heard, right? There's this idea or notion of you haven't been doing that. So maybe the previous phase was one where you just stayed silent. Maybe you didn't feel like it was worth articulating certain things or sharing, or maybe you had to be silent about your goals, wants, and desires, right? Maybe you weren't in a place where you could even take any type of action. That's why this is a new season. This is a new phase. This is the change that's happening. They're like, yeah. So the things that you felt like maybe you were silenced, they're like, that's changing. Okay. All right. So tell us more about this and the remainder of the year. Invitations. Business venture. Documents and contracts. Well, that got tossed to the side, so we'll wait on this. Moving on. Finding something more meaningful. And victory. This is kind of like this. So expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, worries. But it was like this. We'll find out. We'll find out. Give me just a second. Tell me about lovers. This is choosing to take action. It's carefully weighing your decisions. It's not ignoring worries or concerns, but it's also not allowing them to dictate. I feel like these are kind of like when you're carefully weighing your decisions, you acknowledge these. Again, new contracts, partnerships continue to move forward. This is taking action. This is choosing how to take action, because the Two of Wands has two manners of which you could take action, right? It's like there's two directions. How do you choose to take action towards something? And so it's really about carefully choosing how you move forward. Okay. I mean, I like the fact that everything is kind of lining up in sync, but I would like some more clarity, more information about this. Good business decisions. You know, again, Four of Pentacles talks about, do I invest? Do I not invest? Do I put energy into something? Do I reserve the energy? It's kind of like the two sides of the same coin, being too frivolous or too cautious. It's the idea of figuring that out, right? Determining how much energy, where to direct that energy, how to take action, where and when is it appropriate. Tell me about the Nine of Swords. Why did it come out this way? Yeah, no, not complete. Okay, there we go. Because you're standing up, you're standing your ground. You're choosing your battles wisely. You're not deciding to fight all the battles of fear and anxiety, and you're making choices and decisions for yourself. You are moving forward that reflects your beliefs, right? And you're standing by your decisions. You're standing your ground. You're choosing, you're choosing your battles wisely. Tell me more. Give me more. Okay. Enhanced intuition. So these fears aren't front and center stage. I'm going to put them back. You've seen it. Given that obviously they're not front and center stage, so we don't need to give it any kind of any further attention. I feel like your intuition is really. I'm not so sure that was. Anyways, tell me more about the remainder of the year for this group. And this says good news, public recognition, victory is on its way to you. All right. Twos may be significant. The need to make a decision, moving forward. Don't be too cautious. Don't be too frivolous. Take a very balanced approach. But continue to move forward. Okay, I don't know if that's helpful. Maybe that's just describing the energy of how you make these decisions. But what? Victory again. There's a happy outcome. So what can they face? Let's talk about what's coming for the remainder of this year. That's about maybe 6 weeks at best. What's coming for the remainder of the year that a new home for somebody. Something new. Ending of a difficult situation. You can expect that things are going to get better now. There have been help from others, is what this is saying to me. Acknowledging the path forward, because you see the 2 cups. You're not focusing on anything that hasn't worked out. You're seeing the way forward. Okay. I don't feel like this is reaching the answer that I'm seeking. Like I'm asking a question about how this pans out. You're talking about making decisions. You're talking about goal setting and moving forward and actually acting on them. You're talking about exerting what you want and desire during this change. So I feel like articulating, being willing to ask, being willing to demand. If we're talking about new contracts, it is advocating for yourself. That was the 7 of Wands that we had out earlier, which is about standing up for yourself, demanding what you deserve. Yeah, it is making choices accordingly and taking actions, coming into your own, moving forward. Being very balanced, making some good business decisions. So that, again, there may be a new opportunity for you that's transpiring, and you're meant to take this time to deliberate and negotiate something that is good for you, right? There may be steps that you have to take if there's a new home, to get yourself resituated. You will be facing a decision, though, that is abundantly clear, and one where you can kind of, like, I feel like you can make certain dreams come true. So it's all the more important, instead of taking a lax approach and just letting things happen, that you take like the bull by the horns and you fucking direct this shit. You get exactly what you want. This is not a time to sit back. Okay. So tell me about I feel like not putting this down just yet, but I really do want to. It's indicating that as you do, you will get exactly what you want. So you are definitely moving in a new direction. It does seem like there's going to be some business decisions, career related. You could have like your own, you may be self-employed, but there's some type of new agreement, contract on the cards, and you get to ask for what you desire. Again, 8 of Swords and a Magician. Use your intuition. Make sure that you take care of yourself. Yeah, okay. So we have like this of being afraid to take action, being afraid to a lack of self-confidence. But yet the Magician right next to it saying you're completely ready. You have the capacity. And there's this idea of like trusting yourself. They really want you to trust yourself. I don't understand. I feel like they're not fully saying what's happening. There's not enough detail. Is like something coming through and being offered. Like, let's get to like some bullet points here first, because that's where we can really kind of like expand on, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. There is the Knight of Cups. See, the Devil represents good business decisions, good business maneuvers. This is going to bring, whatever it is, there is a decision that brings about a lot of change. Okay? I feel like whatever's happening at the end of this year is kind of like setting you up for the things that are going to transpire next year. Okay? Because it's shaking things up. Because at the end we have, look at this, the sun next to the tower. This is some good shit. These are good changes. You're going to have victory. This is faded. Like, it's going to bring in, usher in some faded things for you. Empress. The decisions, I feel like power is just giving me like being protected. The Knight of Cups is like a very abundant business opportunity, work opportunity, that allows something to come to life. And that's the reason why this is a very important decision. This is a positive change. This is a significant change, but it's not one that you have to feel guarded against, because the sun subdues any kind of fear or negativity that might be associated with any of the cards. So where does this come from? Again, I really think that's the reason why, like, during this change, during this evolution, during this, like, demand what it is that you want. Six of Cups. There is a return to some level of joy. Make sure you're taken care of in this. If you have children as well, there's something about children coming through. So you may have children, and it's like, make sure that whatever you set into motion is beneficial to both you and your children. That you take care of yourself. The idea is that in this change, and as you're moving forward on this, and as you're stepping into your destiny, you make you the focus, the forefront. This is caring for yourself. This is knowing your worth, setting the boundaries and expectations, and ensuring that those things come through. I think you're used to disappointment and things like depleting you, but this is all about only engaging in things that are reciprocal, that pour back into you as much as you pour into it. So, I mean, the direction here is really more about articulating your needs, your wants, your desires, expressing how you want this next phase of your life to go, making you the center of it, making some decisions, and taking the appropriate actions. So it's not enough to expect that something is going to come in and it's going to be utterly beneficial to you. And like, you need to demand some of those things. You need to cut out anything that doesn't as a part of it. And let's talk, I'm going to ask about the taking the motivation. I feel like we really discussed that. I want to ask about like using the things that are coming your way as motivation to build upon, instead of just, you know, thinking oh, now it's all pouring in, it's all going to be taken care for me. It's like, no, you need to be an active participant in this at all times. Again, that is describing how you need to, how that's going to make sure things are set up where it's suited to you, and it takes care of you and your loved ones, and that it's not about you compromise or bending for someone else. Like your next phase isn't about being focused on or catering to or accommodating anybody else. You are centered in this. Okay, so let's talk about the serendipitous events and how to take advantage of it and how to allow it to be your catalyst. Okay, so we're doing Hermetic Tarot on this. Let's just see. I feel like I'm a very it's not very like charismatic. Like they're very so it's about business. Like the remainder of the year is about business, okay? It's creating the life that you've always wanted is what it is. And that does require you to be a very active participant. No matter how much spirit brings to you and how much it feels like things might be smoothed out for you and things are just kind of synchronistically happening, you better take an active participant. Otherwise, you don't get to shape it the way that suits you the best. Okay, tell me about Supermoon and Waxing Crescent, please. Let's get into this. Three of Swords, Three of Wands. 3, 3, 3 is significant. And 1 plus 2 equals 3. So it's 3, 3, 3, 3. 33, 33. So 3 is a very significant number for you. That is the number of expansion, connection, evolution. So the Three of Swords is giving me that apathetic, right? But it is also kind of like the idea of being willing to separate yourself from certain things. And really being willing to cut that out. And knowing that your actions will lead to expansion. What does this have to do with Ten of Cups? Queen of Swords takes action when it's necessary. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Wands. This will happen very swiftly. Tell me about the Three of Swords, because I really got like this sense of detachment, apathy, separation from something. It is a willingness to cut something out. So Three of Swords is a Queen of Wands. Oh. You've held yourself back from letting this come in. You can't be the Queen of Wands that just attracts and does nothing with it and decides to hide away. There's a sense of isolation with this and unwillingness to put yourself out there. So, because if you don't choose to take the steps and allow things to expand, and do something with the things that are coming your way, if you don't make the decisions and take decisive action towards things, you're not going to get the Ten of Cups. Things aren't going to change in your favor. You will have success very quickly. Knight of Wands is almost like overnight success. you're going to have some level of overnight success. Again, that doesn't guarantee like a maintained momentum. Like you can't hide your light and expect for things to continue to happen for you. Okay, I get it now. Tell me about the Knight of Wands, please. Expansion happens very quickly. Opportunities begin coming in. Again, it's the thing where it's like, there's just no not being an active participant in this. The Queen of Wands is never a hermit. Right? You can't hide anymore. Knight of Wands is this manifestation starts happening and expanding, and you get further. I just feel like the expanse of opportunities, reach, stepping into a new world. Tell me about the Ten of Cups. Like what you can do with this, the places you can go with this. It requires your active participation. And maybe you've kind of taken a very lackadaisical, I feel like a lack of direction. Like I'm just haphazardly kind of doing stuff. There was no real investment with goals being set. And so Ten of Cups has everything to do is directly related, like to what you choose to do with this. So this is kind of like getting a lucky break. If you're a singer and the low-hanging fruit, right? Every time I give an example, it's just to give you an idea of something. Or a businessman, and you get connected, like you get to meet certain people, but you do nothing with it, right? It's like you're a singer and somebody, records you and you go viral on something, and it's like, and then you choose to not capitalize on it. So this is capitalizing on it, making moves, and continuing to drive this. Yeah, your actions need to be different than before. That's why the Hangman is here. Like your actions need to be different before, because this is the moment where the things are changing. Maybe you've taken a very lackadaisical approach before because any of the quote-unquote opportunities weren't real opportunities and you were just kind of coasting along. There's no coasting along anymore. This is a reality. This is a new opportunity. And as the page, it's what you do with it that determines the trajectory that's going to be going, okay? And so tell us about this success. We keep seeing hints of it, like an opportunity, some type of highlight. There's something that it's like we are meant to, something's coming in, something's happening that we are meant, synchronicities. Tell us about the synchronicities that we're meant to do something with, that they are meant to do something with. What are the synchronicities that you're talking about that are coming in? Starman Tarot. That's why they're like prepare, because it's the idea of you cannot be in apathy anymore. Time to take advantage. Time to articulate. Time to be vocal. Time to stand out, really, and direct this new phase of your life in the direction that you wanted to go, so it can pan out. Ten of Wands. Synchronicities. You may have been doing something completely all by yourself. Again, you are the Queen of Wands in isolation, like the Hermit mode, and it's time to come out. A lot of good it is to be the Queen of Wands if you remain in Hermit mode. Okay, we're gonna just, because that's from little hands trying to... Still no. Let me... I don't usually have that much difficulty with handling it. I mean, once in a while. That's what happens when you're shorter and have smaller hands. Thank you. Look at that. This is success. This is freedom of movement. This is the capacity to build, and this is creating a life that reflects you. Hierophant. This feels like, again, a very destined path. Okay, so let me read this for the synchronicities that we were talking about. So the synchronicity takes you from a level of difficulty to try and make something happen to really having the foundation to be able to create something. So it was almost like doing things on your own was so difficult, but whatever the synchronicity is, it allows you singularly to be successful. So if you have some level of self-employment, that's going to pop off. And it may be a very spiritually based, but it solidifies it in your reality. It brings it into, again, you've been lax before because it wasn't really a real prospect, and it brings it more solidly into, there's a structure built with this. And it allows it to be very prosperous. It kind of like solidifies it. Is there a contract? Is there an offer? Is there, like, what happens for Six of Cups? Definitely breathes life back into something. I keep feeling like I'm trying really hard, and they're doing everything to thwart my effort of being too specific. High Priestess, King of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. There's definitely a melding of some spiritual aspect, your intuition with your intellect, to make something pop off here. None of these cards are giving me somebody that's going to, like, I mean, where is this business venture and good business decisions? And like, maybe you're just building and amplifying and having synchronistic events in regards to a business that you've been building, or a career that you've been trying to build, something that you have, so that you can break into. Like, now's the time. There's something about now being the time to take all those actions and cultivate it in such a way that it reflects you. But I am just not like, there's being heard, there's being seen. Like, I feel as if you do any kind of writing, if you do any type of speaking, if you are, like, you're becoming more in the front of the public, your voice will be heard more. I'm just keeping the one that's like this because I swear, there's a tower again. We have seen it before, but I don't trust it when it splooshes like that. Justice. Definitely a level of speaking truth into something. You may be thrust in the forefront. There's something about you being heard this go around that is justice. It is a balancing of the scales. But there's just something about what you speak or what you say or what you do. It's like you speak up on things that are because it's the right thing to do. There's an air of like advocacy in this, or integrity at least. Like you are bringing an element of extreme integrity to something. I sure hope whoever this is for makes fucking sense. I'm finding it odd that I'm having difficulty with this deck today as much as I am. This may be something you had a lot of difficulty with before. Again, that hence the apathetic type of, but it's like, whatever's happening right now, you're in the transition where like, you were waiting for the moment for this, and it's here. So, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Nine of Wands at this point is feeling like perseverance to me and pushing through. Whatever you do, your voice is heavily imbued in it, and what you say, you may have felt has fallen on deaf ears before, and your approach to things and your level of integrity may have been seen as a limitation for you. But whatever this is, you're embarking on something where you're going to have some synchronicities happening that is going to give you the ability to be heard more. I always look at the Queen of Pentacles like she's the right one for the job. And I align the Queen of Cups with this level of integrity. Tell me about the throat chakra, because I had gotten this bad boy originally. How does that, to bring about change? You're going to be a change catalyst in whatever it is that you do. You may help people heal through things. You may help society heal through things. But you're a change catalyst, because the Knight of Swords is all about the 180. It is the process of change. And these cards up here talk about a season of change and change happening and needing to be heard more during this change. And so you may be thrust in the forefront of whatever career or work that you do, because you're the voice to spearhead change. And it's like, but it's a change for you where you become a more active participant in this, and again, more in the forefront, and that when given these moments of success, they don't want you to just stop there. They want you to keep going. They want you to push forward. It's like the success that allows you to feel like it's worth speaking out, like it's worth articulating, like it's worth being heard. Do more with it. Keep going. You are here to be a catalyst of change for others. Again, Seven of Wands, standing for your beliefs, articulating those, helping others to stand in their truth, to love of the self, and self-respect. I mean, standing in your power. Seven of Wands is another card of integrity, authenticity. You will be aligning with the right individuals. So how does this play into business ventures, contracts, such like that? again, Knight of Wands. There'll be some very quick decisions to be had. Things happening very... Knight of Wands really just means not to have any kind of hesitation towards this. Eight of Pentacles. I mean, the Queen of Swords would be the one that discusses like articulation, intellect, expression. Your job is going to be heavily, whatever you do, your destiny is heavily correlated with your voice, your truth, your, again, they're giving me intellect. Like there's this level of combining your intuition and spirituality with your intellect, and that coming through. You're meant to be the change maker, the Tower moment. This is a complete new start for you. You're meant to be heard. You're meant to be a change maker within whatever field you're choosing. And opportunities are coming your way, and you are meant to capitalize on that, expand, and step into your destiny with that. But you have to be an active participant in this. What you do with what's about to happen fucking matters. And this is no longer a time of isolation, hermit mode, not speaking out, not taking whatever actions you can, when and where you can. You're meant to be doing the remainder of this year. That is positioning you. They're like, get ready. That is the best that I can get from this, guys. I feel like as things unfold, you're going to know. You're going to be like, yep, going for it. Yep. Remember, Knight of Wands, lack of hesitation. Don't hesitate. And don't overthink things. Like, don't intellectualize yourself out of it. You're meant to imbue your intellect with whatever it is that you do, and your intuition and spirituality. But don't Queen of Swords yourself out of speaking either, if that makes sense. So, all right. I hope that finds whoever it's meant for. I feel as if it's kind of like, if it's meant for you, you're like, yep, I know. And I'm over here going, I don't have a fucking, but you'll get it. So, much love to you all. I hope that everything works out well. Always come back and tell me what's going on, okay? And I will see you guys later this week.